Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my budget with me video for the first paycheck in July. I will be budgeting my paycheck for July 15th. Let's get into it. So I really hesitated before doing this video today. I don't know, I felt anxious, I guess, about going into YNAB and assigning out my paychecks because July has been busy. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but we celebrated our 17th anniversary at the beginning of the month. And so we took a little weekend trip to a local casino with my cousin and his wife, who also had an anniversary around the same time. And so we spent more than expected there. And we also have a vacation coming up at the end of the month. Halfway through the month, I'm already overspent and I have, I don't know, a little bit of guilt about that. Also, I've been emotional spending. So just trying to self-soothe with buying new things. I've tried to recover some of that by selling some of my unused things on eBay and Mercari, but we'll see where we land at the end of the month. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to start by covering overspending, food, and drink. Just going to cover that. Household items is overspent, but I'm also need to fill it for this month, so I'm going to cover that. Fees, I did sign up for an annual membership with Walmart Plus because I was renewing it on and off every month and I was getting a discount on it, and then they had their days similar to the Amazon Prime days and it was 50% off, and so I'm going to fund that. Also spent a little bit of money on the kids. I bought my son a book. I've always encouraged my kids to read since they were smaller, and so if they have a book that they want, I'm always going to do that for them. And then my maintenance budget is $80. I've overspent that. Some of that is just a lot of my regular like facial products and things like that all kind of ran out at the same time. And then some of that is also a little bit of extra spending just for this upcoming trip. Okay, so with that covered, we have $2,273.18 left and ready to assign. So let's get started. I'm going to cover sinking funds is supposed to be 20% of my whole paycheck. I'll just do 20% of what is left after covering overspending. Ooh, did not do that right. So let's say 2273.18 times. Okay. So I'm going to put that money here. I'm just going to hit underfunded on tithe. And then I'm just going to go down the list as I normally do to cover anything left. And if you guys hear that noise in the background, I think that is my fridge. I think that's the ice maker. So sorry about that. So car payment, Verizon bill, my son's student loan. That's it for the bill section. It's Peacock TV. I need to create a target here and add some more money because I do think it's going to be $863. So I'm just going to add that there. And hopefully I remember to go back and create a target, or else you'll be hearing me talk about that again next month. So food and drink, we're fully spent on this for the month, but we have 2 more weeks to go. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. If I remember, I'll come back to it. If I don't remember, then we'll just cover it as it comes up, and hopefully that will encourage me to cook more at home. I did do a meal plan for next week, so hopefully I can adhere to that, and that will save us some money on food and drink. But some of this money went to anniversaries and birthdays and things like that. And then we do have a vacation, and I try to put any vacation spending in the vacation category. But, the kids will still be here. So if they decide to DoorDash or to get some takeout, then that will also come out of this category. I am going to fund fuel and hobbies, even though I probably don't need more hobby money. This amount right here looks low for what I've spent this month, but I think it's also because I've sold some stuff, and so that positive inflow kind of canceled out some of the other spending that I've been doing. I'm also going to fund groceries because we're definitely going to need that. And today is actually the 15th, and we have 92.85 left from last grocery period. I've already snoozed that category, but if we need additional money for food and drink, then I'll take it from here. Or if we go over on one of these grocery trips, because I am trying to follow recipes for this upcoming meal plan. So if that's more expensive than I expect, then I'll also take it from here. I watched someone's video where they mentioned that they try to take overspending from the same category group. So I'm going to try to keep any overspending for these items within the same group, except maybe for hobbies, because that's really a me issue. Anyway, stuff I forgot to budget. I'm only going to put $25 here because I already spent the $25 here. That was their last pay period, and I'm going to snooze this. I also probably need to create a category for Walmart Plus. Let me make myself some notes. Add Target to Peacock TV, and I hit enter, and apparently it does not like that. And then I'm also going to, what did I just say? Mom brain. Oh, Walmart Plus. Create category. I don't know if I'm going to create a category or not because I don't plan on renewing it next year unless I can get a discount. Like, I refuse to pay full price. All right, so all of this non-monthly is on track. So this is my car taxes. I've already paid that for 2025. It's next due 2026. Also, Father's Day has passed, but I'm also saving up for that next year. Birthdays is kind of one of those ongoing categories. So birthdays for us start in June and they typically end in November. And so I need to make sure that I continue to fund this until my daughter's birthday in November. And for this one, I'm going to edit the target now before I forget because I did spend a little more than expected on these last two birthdays. Just dinner for the whole family. So that's that. And then car insurance renewal is in November. And it looks like that is on track. Quality of life. So car maintenance, clothes is good. Gifts. My niece had a birthday, so that's covered. I don't have any more birthdays for non-household members in July, but the next birthday is in August, and so that'll reset for August. So that'll be good. Home maintenance is on track. Job replacement. I'm going to fund this. Ooh. So, because I have covered overspending, I am getting close to not having enough money to fund everything. I've only got 86.62. I was just gonna hit the button on that and be surprised when it goes red. You've assigned more money than you have. Let me look at everything else. I don't think I need any more money in any of these categories. Maintenance, it looks like I have extra, but I believe I have some upcoming. Yeah, I have some upcoming transactions because I did a price comparison to my local drugstore to Amazon, and of course, Amazon had the better price by quite a few dollars. And so I made those purchases from Amazon, and of course, those take a while to clear. I don't think there's anything else I have to cover though, because everything in this you did it section are things that are fully funded that are either annual subscriptions or annual like cost, like our Amazon Prime, homeowners fee, back to school stuff. things like that, Christmas. And so I'm not going to touch any of this. And then credit cards are funded because I covered that overspending. So I've only got 86.62 left, and I'm just going to put it all to the job replacement category. And then hopefully I'll continue to sell and destash some things on my eBay and Mercari store, and I'll be able to get back up to the 64.59. If not, then what I'll do is if I have extra money in like car maintenance or clothes at the end of the month, I'll put it here in this job replacement fund. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But so far, July has been very busy. It's had a lot of ups and some downs, but overall, it's been a really good month. You know, I got the Nintendo Switch 2, and funny enough, the game that I was interested in was Mario Kart World. And if I'm being completely honest, that game got old in about a week after I had played all of the tracks and gotten like the gold cups and things like that. And so I'm just waiting for a new game to come out. I did receive an email from GameStop where my pre-order of the new Donkey Kong game should be here on Friday. So I'm looking forward to that. And then hopefully it's good enough that it keeps me entertained while we're on vacation. But I say that, and I've really been passing the time with my knitting. So I've been knitting a lot, and that's been keeping me busy. I did like a prototype of Christmas stockings because I want to knit everyone a Christmas stocking this year in their favorite color for everybody in my household. So that's been keeping me entertained. And then also I downloaded Fantasy Life on my Steam Deck. So I was hoping it would go on sale with the Steam summer sale that just ended, but it didn't go on sale. So I paid full price for it, which was $59.99. But I have been playing it nonstop. I think I put 40 hours in the first 4 days of the game. And I've never played a Fantasy Life game before, even though I own a copy on the 3DS. I've really been enjoying like just the world and the story, and I haven't played a lot of games where it's like party team members, so that's been keeping me like really entertained. And every time I am about to put the game down, something new happens or there's somebody else I need to level up, and so that's been keeping me busy. And so I've been using an Xbox controller with my Steam Deck just so I don't have to hold it up, and I have some rechargeable batteries for that controller. And so, you know, I've been keeping those plugged in. I've been keeping the Steam Deck plugged in because I've been playing it so much that the battery lasts maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, depending on your settings. I've been playing it so much that the battery will get low. Sometimes I use that as a reminder to take a break, and sometimes I just plug it in and keep on playing. So that's probably another reason why my our dining out category has increased, because I haven't been cooking that much, maybe once or twice a week, just because cooking interrupts my gameplay. So that's that. And then some of my hobby funds have gone to purchasing an additional Xbox controller. I didn't need it. I was going to hold off. I wanted one in purple because that's my favorite color. But my daughter, I downloaded Hello Kitty Island Adventures for her because that was on sale. And so she borrowed my Xbox controller so she can play that on her computer. And so I need a second controller because I'm not that great at sharing my things for my hobbies. And so that is that. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you're still here after all the budgeting has been done, leave a controller emoji in the comments below and let me know what you've been spending your money on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.